and I'll get back with you and pay you.
All I do is get the house all done because it's date night.
Yeah.
When it comes home changing, we go out for the night.
Are you on your personal page here? Yeah, you're on Automotive Edge. You need to get off of that.
Hello, this is your pilot speaking. We're currently taxiing out to the runway and getting ready for takeoff. Don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Are you ready for the show? I said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you've all been waiting for. Please make welcome Kurt Chase and the Automotive Edge.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, say, on the blah, 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 this beautiful Saturday. Rain doesn't bother me. It's still a great day. If I'm upright and feet are hitting the floor, it is a good day.
And it doesn't affect me either.
No doubt about it. Joining me, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Wheel Bo Carver.
We're here in this beautiful afternoon, morning still, in North Texas at Highly Acura.
See, I stutter, but you don't know where we are.
Well, it takes me a while.
Or what time it is.
My GPS to dial me in.
Your internal GPS?
Yeah, my internal, I got to figure out where it is.
Right. Thanks for hanging out. If you need help with your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and leave me your name and number. This week was a fantastic week. 33 emails from consumers, and over half of them will be picking up their new vehicle on this beautiful Saturday morning. We love the rain, and it won't be long. We're going to be begging for more rain. So let's absorb the rain and like it, and it's filling up the lakes and the reservoirs, so it's all good. So we're here today, Highly Acura Fort Worth, 820 and Riverside, here in Fort Worth, right at the corner of 35 and 820. Come on out, the RLX, TLX, MDX, the Integra, all here. Great pricing, great rates, and great people. It's so important who you buy from, because it's so easy to just sell a car and then, you disappear, the salespeople disappear, and you're just left out here. These people have been here for a long, long time, from management to sales to service. My buddy Dean, the service director in the back. You see the service advisors, they're the same faces, helping you with all of your Acura needs. I think it's the best. I call it sport luxury that's out there, because you get all the luxury features and you get a great sport ride reaction. And I'm a visual guy, and I like it. I would love to have my RL back.
Yes,
Worst thing I ever did was trade my Acura RL in. This guy offered me a bunch of money for it, and I went, okay, I'll take it. A month later, I'm calling him up trying to buy it back, and he wants a $5,000 profit. Wish I'd have never traded in my Acura. I love that car.
Yeah, we all did.
So we're here, Highly Acura Fort Worth. Find all their specials online at highlyacura.com. And we'll be covering a whole lot more for you today. Phone lines are open, 214-787-1971.
And you can text, too, if you have a question or comment. Maddie back in studio, who does a phenomenal job for us every Saturday morning. You can text that information at 214-787-1971, or make the call. We'll take your call, bring you on air. Or you can join us on the social media sites, the Automotive Edge Radio Show Facebook page, Shifting Gears, and we've added YouTube a few weeks ago. It's fresh and new, but if you don't do social media, you can go search the Automotive Edge Radio Show on YouTube, and you can see our show there, audio and video. So thanks for being a part of the show. Also, too, that we were scheduled to be out at the Connors Car Show today in Keller, Texas, but that's been canceled. And we've advertised that over the last few weeks that the Connors Car Show was today. But so just to let you know, if you've tuned in on the radio and you don't do social media and got the information that's been canceled, it has been canceled. They've rescheduled it for May 19th?
May 19th.
That's a Sunday, and it'll be rescheduled for that date. But just want to let you know that has been canceled because of the weather here in North Texas.
That's right. We will be there on the 19th. We won't be live, but we'll be there in person.
Right.
We'd love to see you out. To go to ConnorsCarShow.com. But in the meantime, we got a whole lot to cover here on the Automotive Edge. A lot to cover in a short time to get there.
Good. Will Kyle says, good morning. We just stopped by and check it out. Oh, come on.
Come on, Will. Charlie Davis.
He's back.
My beautiful friend, Carol Coomer. What a sweetheart.
I know. That's what you're talking
Charlie Davis, my brother from another mother. Will Sakala, brother from another mother. I got a lot of brothers on here today and sisters.
It's not like you got a big enough family as it is.
That's right. Well, you know, I'd love to have Carol for a sister, and, you know, I've got Charlie and Will as brothers and got you for a brother, because my other brothers, you know, I call them up for a little help, and they got bigger problems than me. They don't ever listen. You guys are always a good ear for me, so. And
I try to be.
Yeah. So let's get to rolling. A lot of people are asking me about pre-owned automobiles, and there are some great deals because the pre-owned market has gone down a little bit, 11% overall. And you go, wow, 11%, let me appraise my car. Don't do it that way. We're talking about 11% from when it was up over 20%. So you're still doing good. Don't let these numbers that you're hearing or reading or looking at go, oh my gosh, my car just lost 11%. No, you're still in the black. You're still in the black because it was up over 20%. It's just now coming down to some kind of normalcy, but you're still way ahead of the curve because of, you know, the shutdown with the virus. So no new cars were available, and everybody was getting home delivery. The lots were empty, and now the lots are full, and it's no longer well over 20%. Now it's coming down to that 10%, 11%, still better than value that it was 2 years ago. So don't let that deter you. The best way is to go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and there's a trade appraisal. When you scroll down, fill that out and be sure to put in the 17-digit VIN, because that VIN is going to tell us all about the packages and what's on that vehicle, other than Toyota, because Toyota, when they build the cars, it goes through Gulf States Toyota, and then Gulf States Toyota puts their Maroni on there with the different packages that they have. And these are things, when I see a Toyota, I will call you and say, did you add anything? Look at your window sticker of the car that came from Gulf States for additional features that are on the car, wheel locks or window tint or trunk mats or whatever the case may be. Spare tires are a big thing now, floor mats. What else they added? You got the one with the upgraded sound system. This is all money to you. And these are the things that I find out when I call. And then I'll give you a call and ask you, how do you rate it on a 1 to 5, 5 being the best? And then we'll give you a number. And as long as what you told me and what you shared with me is what I give to whoever the buyer is, that's what you're going to get for the car. Real simple. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, scroll down, fill out the appraisal form, or where it says comments, just leave me your name and number, and I'll call you right when I get off air, and we'll help you with your automotive needs. 214-787-1971 is the number. And for all the moms and dads that I upset this last week, it was not on purpose. It was just the way it is. And a lot of people calling me going, I have this much money, and then I sent one a list of cars, and boy, he was just livid. And he said, you're kidding me. I went, no, sir, that's what you're going to get for that much money. And that's the best. I mean, it gets worse from there on out. He said, what do I do? I said, well, you got an option. You can use that as a down payment and finance a little bit and put your kid's name on it and help them get started in credit. Or you can take that money on certain makes and models. You could do a one pay where you're paying the lease up front and put their name on it. When they get out of school, they'll have excellent car credit. Or that's the car that you're going to get for that much money. The problem is that you're probably going to be pouring good money into a bad situation because car parts are through the roof. Service costs are very expensive. Labor hours are very expensive. And the last thing that you want to do is gift them and then pour your good hard-earned money into that gift where you would have spent it on something better. And I know everybody's got a budget. Believe me. After raising 4 kiddos, I get the budget thing. But I would just give you the hard facts of where you are. CPOs are the big thing right now, certified pre-owned. The inventory is okay, but a lot of people with their leases, things have changed, and we'll be covering that coming up in the next segment where you are in your pre-owned automobile, but to get you taken care of with the right people. Jimmy Day Young, I need a new car, but scared of Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie Young, scared of committing to an EV. Well, I would be too.
Well, if you want to get some help, Jamie, go to theautomotiveedge.com. It's posted on our feed right there. Click on Ask Kurt, and then leave your phone number, and he'll get back in touch with you to see what you're looking for, what you might be interested in, and go from there. Lead you by the hand to the promised land.
That's right. There is some great EVs out there. There's some great buys. It's just the EV doesn't fit into my lifestyle. But you want to get the one that has the American tax dollars on it. Because we're down to 18. It was 41, and then things got changed because they want the matrix of the batteries to be a percentage outside of China to receive the $7,500 tax incentive. Okay? And we'll help you with all that. Just go to theautomotiveedge.com. Jamie, leave me your name and number, and I will call you after the show and help you out. 214-787 197.1. And what's going on with the month of April with pre-owned? When that market just everybody's buying them up, we're going to be covering that, the reasons why, and why that's going to be a big benefit to you, as well as did you buy a Cybertruck? And if you did, what just happened to the Cybertrucks? And if you're not aware of that, we're going to be helping you out. And
maybe disappointing
you. And then great news from Toyota coming down the pipeline on the new Camry. We'll be covering that as well. I was no big surprise when they told me all about it. No big surprise to me, and it's going to be a huge benefit to you, the consumer. And then I got to see the new Toyota Land Cruiser.
Ooh, yeah.
Not what I was expecting by any means.
Better?
But I so get it.
Better than what you expected?
Much better.
Okay. Well, there you go.
You know, because when the Land Cruiser came out, it was the flagship for Toyota.
Right.
But it was, when people looked at the Land Cruiser and you're looking at, $70,000, $80,000, well, heck, we're going to buy a Lexus. We'd much rather have the Lexus emblem on it than the Toyota emblem. And it was the same as pretty much the LX470. Well, now, boy, oh boy, have they turned things around.
Get your safari clothes on, huh?
Well, they told everybody that Land Cruiser's gone. And so a lot of people were buying up the used ones and grabbing what they could, thinking, we're gonna have something worth something down the road. Those days are over, unless it's a very, very unique segmented product, segmented market, very few produced. Are you going to be in that situation? But what they've done with the new Land Cruiser, absolutely incredible. We're going to be covering that as well. And then Kurt's picks are coming up. And there's a product out there that nobody hears about. Nobody hears about. And we want to cover that as well. And then what's going on with the 144,000 new trucks that were just dumped in the market. 144,000.
Is that
dumped in the market.
Worldwide, America?
Here in the United States.
Okay.
So there was a issue.
I like the word that you used, dumped.
Well, the manufacturer was having to hold on to them until they took care of some issues.
Okay, I got you.
And they got all the issues taken care of, and all of a sudden, bam!
That's what you mean. It's all
you getting some
arrived
trucks.
all at once.
Trucks. Remember that guy, that cowboy? I'm trying to think of his name. He was in a lot of westerns, and he used to do those commercials where he'd go trucks, and he wore the fake guns and a hat. I mean, I love the guy. I mean, he was in so many spaghetti westerns. Passed away a while back, but he did great car commercials. But
so that means incentives may be coming down when you get to that point.
Well, we're going to be talking about which manufacturer is going to have a whole lot of trucks, which means a whole lot of discounts. But the cool thing about the truck market that is so fascinating to me is that even though we're in the truck capital of the United States and everywhere we look, I'm telling you, where we're sitting there, we could count how many trucks go by versus cars. It's just unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And with this amount of cars flooding or this amount of trucks flooding into the market, it's not going to hurt the resale. That's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've got a buddy that's a buyer for a large auto group. and he's out
1
in
minute.
Florida. He said, "You wouldn't believe how many times I come to Texas to buy trucks to get to Florida." Because, Florida's on this massive construction boom with the hurricanes
Right.
still. And they're having all these workers, all across the southern region of the United States. They drive pickup trucks. They don't pull up in a small car with their
No.
tools in. They're truck
course.
drivers. And we'll be covering that and a whole lot more coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, 97.1 The Freak, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Download the iHeart app, and you can pick us up anywhere. Phone lines are open. You just want to call and shoot the breeze.
Or
Let's do it.
text.
Or text 214-787-1971. If you text us, Maddie will read your text, 214-787-1971. And top of the morning to our wonderful producer, Rookie of the Year
Yes.
worldwide,
Yes.
Miss Maddie Gomez.
Yes, sir.
No response.
Well,
Just dead air.
She's waiting.
Sorry. I was sorry.
She's waiting on the
We're
picture.
giving you all these kudos, and you leave us hanging, Maddie. Come on.
No, I was I'm sorry.
That was a real rookie
multitasking.
move.
It's
That's
compared
why
to
I'm a
the
rookie of the year.
when
That's
they
why I'm
do
rookie
the
of year.
concerts and they're please welcome and they don't come out.
Yeah, they don't come out. We were just kidding. All right, let's
Fashionably
take
late, always.
Let's take a quick break, pay some bills. We'll be right back. Good morning, Scott.
Facebook now has music. Our Facebook page gets music now, a little rock.
But different from mine. But different from mine.
You're not getting
No.
the Facebook and they're getting radio's getting what you're hearing and Facebook's hearing what I'm hearing. Keeps us safe. What's wrong with you?
Braces. Man, I can't wait when I get off air and get out of this chair, man. I pop that thing
Do
off
ya?
and I turn the heater on my seat in my truck.
Oh yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Raise that lumbar out with that heat and
Feels good, huh?
cruise home.
Well, you don't have really far to go, so it still gets warm pretty quick, huh?
Let me tell you what, them railroad tracks on the way home, them are boogers.
Are they a little rough?
Them are some boogers.
Which way do you go? Do you go down Ruth Snow? Or do you
no,
take the
I
freeway
take
to 170 or whatever, something before that?
no, I take Bercy over the tracks up 377 and
Oh,
to
okay,
the house.
gotcha. Well,
Yeah,
but you got about another month, really, probably, huh?
yeah. The other day I was hauling it, man. I went up over this hump.
What did it hurt on the way up or on the way
I
down?
was begging God to knock that pain out, and I would slow down.
Which one did it hurt on? All the way up or on the way down?
All
Or
on the
both?
way down.
Oh.
And I knew it was coming. I was puckered and
Ugh.
wham! I literally had to pull over and get out of the truck and walk around.
Did you realize it right as you're about to go over the tracks that this isn't going to be good?
Yeah, I hit the point of no return. And I was not slowing down.
Oh, well, it's too late then.
Too
Might as well
late.
just take
Even if I'd have hit the brakes, I still hit it at
Yeah, you'd
35.
still hit
It
it.
didn't matter. I pulled into that gas station and got out. I'm walking around my truck, and I'm like somebody shot me in my lower back.
It's terrible to hurt, isn't it?
And then the sad part is they ripped out all the floor, every inch of my house because we had the leak, and they couldn't match the wood, so they had to rip the whole house apart. And I
Gotta move all
can't
this-
handle dust and stuff out of place. So I put that deal on the Swiffer, and I literally had to Swiffer the walls to get the dust off. I went through 40 Swiffer pads. And when I got done, I was going, Kurt, you are so going to pay for what you just did. Sure enough, Melinda came home. Man, I can't even move. I went.
Well, did you move some of the furniture too?
No, they had a crew there
Oh,
of
okay.
8 guys, and they put everything back.
Well, that's good.
And Ty, my son, has just been a blessing. He has done so much for his
Yeah,
dad.
that's cool.
And sad part is my son's moving today, and Dad can give him the truck, but I can't give him the elbow grease.
Well,
And for people that don't know what elbow grease is, it's not really a grease that you put on your elbow. Because
You
I
can.
have been asked where you get elbow
get that-
grease.
you can, and you can.
You'd have to go back to the 60s and 70s when
You
you
can-
worked hard.
go to Amazon.com and Google and search elbow grease.
Yeah, and get you a pint of that blinker fluid while you're at it.
Yes. See.
I love the videos where the dad sends the wife or daughter in and says, go in there and hands them some money and says, go get me some blinker fluid.
Yeah.
And they come back in, Dad, they're out. They said to go, and the guys in the store are playing too. No, it's the next
45
parts
seconds.
department down the road there.
Probably caused a lot of divorces doing that.
I love it.
That's your last straw, buddy. You're out of here.
That's right.
Blinker fluid.
Yeah, but anyway, the house is all back together except for we don't have a kitchen, and hopefully we'll have that rectified.
Whether you have a kitchen, it's just in disarray.
No sink, no dishwasher. All it is wire and plumbing exposed. No cabinets. Everything had to be ripped out. So hopefully, and then I get a Blackstone, and I set it up, and I said, okay, I'm going to cook on the Blackstone and bring it in because you can do everything on a Blackstone. And it backfired. The fire came out the front of it and burnt my skirt.
Gosh.
So they sent me new parts to put on it.
Beautiful. I think that house is haunted. I really do.
I'm not even going to question that.
You remember like they did in the Passover? You might want to do that over your door.
214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. It's the Automotive Edge radio show helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying a car, selling a car, trading a car, parts, service, body shop, we're here to help. This segment of the show is brought to you by Classic Kia Carrollton, the 2024 Kia Forte LXS. Get this, $199 a month for 24 months. You can't beat it. We have an election year coming up, and we're just hoping and praying that Uncle Joe goes and retires Kennebunkport, wherever they go, off into the sunset. There's too many people on a bubble not sure what to do with their money, or whether I buy big or buy small, or whatever the case may be. Well, here you have a 2-year lease at $199 a month, which gives you a nice low payment on a brand new car. 2024 Kia Forte LXS. $199 a month for 24 months, but there's a whole lot more. Just go to ClassicKia.com. That's ClassicKia.com.
I thought it was ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Well, either way.
Oh. Just I've got it posted up on our feed.
That's fine. ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
Okay.
ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. Whatever you want, Bo. This is your world. We're in it.
Well, I just want to be accurate since, it's what a...
No, we're at the Acura store.
That's why I want to be accurate.
Go to ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. Jesse Hull, managing partner, very, very good friend of mine. Family owned and operated, makes a difference at Classic Kia Carrollton. Let's jump over to the used cars real quick. The tax man cometh in March, and that's usually when everything just picks up and starts booming. The used car market hasn't really picked up as far as sales, but the CPOs, certified pre-owned, are off the hook. And the reason being is now there's a huge separation between the cost of a CPO and a new car. And now people that are turning in their leases are smart enough now to start getting them appraised to realize they have a bunch of equity. So they're buying out the lease and riding out the storm, still sitting on a bunch of equity. Or they're trading in the car and taking a check out for equity, which Bo's a witness to. He got him a nice check when he turned in his Honda lease. And he's got an Acura lease. And I have a buddy that he just turned in his Acura lease, and he got $6,200 back. I have a guy that turned in his Lexus, and he got $3,000 back. And these are on Lexus, on leases. So you want to know, the value of your car before you just hand them the keys and walk away. If you go to theautomotiveedge.com, you click on Ask Kurt, there's an appraisal form. Be sure to put the 17-digit VIN, which tells me everything about the car. Put your certified pre-owned, you get great financing on it, you get the additional warranty on it, and now you have that big separation, which you didn't have before based on supply and demand of new vehicles. And so now the dealers are going to every brand auction they can to get these cars in for CPOs, because that's a big market where moms and dads aren't going out and spending $3,000-$4,000 on an extended warranty when they're getting additional warranty on the CPO. Makes all the difference in the world. And the values are up. The values are still up. And like I said earlier in the show, don't go by, used car market's off 11% from a very high number. You're still in the green. So the CPOs, a lot of people now are going, what do I do with my tax refund? Do I put it in a CPO? What do I put it into? It's a depreciating asset. I still say take a look at another lease, or your CPOs are great buys right now. Great buys. And it's changed dramatically. If you think about it, that's the reason why a lot of products went out. You know, the Ford Ranger went away because you take a loaded Ford Ranger, it was the same as a standard model F-150, and they got rid of it. There was no separation. Now you got big separation. Same thing with the Colorado and the Silverado, the Canyon and the GMC. The Toyota has always had that big separation between the Tacoma and the Tundra. But now the CPO sales are really starting to pick up because people go, well, my gosh, I'm within $1,000 of a brand new one. It's not that way anymore. It's thousands difference between a new and a CPO.
And how's the interest on most of those, on the CPOs?
They give it extremely, let's just say right now the standard interest rate across the board, if you go OSF, which is outside financing, is about 6.5%. Okay. You can get these things in the 3s and 4s.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, save you a bunch of money on financing. Yep. Let's see. This is incredible. Electric vehicles. And a lot of people are going, Kurt, why do you hate electric vehicles? I don't hate electric vehicles.
Can I take a break now?
They don't. They just don't fit my lifestyle. I like them. But here's the thing. Bloated electric vehicle inventory is pushing automakers to slash prices. Get this. Nissan is offering almost $16,000 or nearly a third of their RIA electric crossover before any state or utility rebates for buyers, depending on their location. Mercedes-Benz, get this, is giving on the EQS SUV $19,442 cut from an average price of $107,747, 19% discount. The EVs,
are they making any money off?
They're not. They're losing. Yeah. They're losing money. The average EV is discounted nearly $6,000 before the American money goes to pay for your tax deduct. That's incredible. So when I went around and talked to everybody, the average dealers lose anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000 every time they sell one. How do you like me now? This should have been a crawl before a run. Let's slowly start putting electric vehicles into the marketplace, see what the consumer said while they're building up their hybrid, while they're building up their hydrogen.
Like maybe one vehicle per manufacturer or something like that, right?
Yeah, and but this all in, you know what? All the wackadoodle-doos there in the Capitol that believe that this is the way to go, shame on you. You're 100% wrong. Let the American people decide.
Well, they have decided. They are making the decision.
535 people have no clue what the American people really want.
No, they don't, and they really don't care.
Now you do have some good Congress people that really do know, but they get outvoted.
Yeah,
you know they know right from wrong and what to do, but they don't have enough votes standing behind them because of all the lobbyists and all the people where everybody's getting their pockets padded. They're entering Washington blue collar income. They leave multimillionaires with a pension for the rest of their life, while the government is burying us financially. They don't know what to do in the auto industry. Stay in your wheelhouse. Buttigieg has no clue what to do in the auto industry. It's the largest employer in the world. Let us consumers decide, which we have for all these years. I can name 10 vehicles that were brought to market. The consumers, after a short period of time, went, we don't like it. It piled up and it was gone. When do we, the people, start deciding again? Well, you had that opportunity in November to get the right people in office and kick the ones out that make all these promises, tell us what they're going to do, then they join the Boys and Girls Club of Washington, and we, the consumers, pay the price. It's just not working. And here again, electric is a good product. It doesn't need to be the majority of the products on the market. It needs to be half of it. It needs to be about 10%. If that, and we can see in the numbers and how many projects have already been pushed off to the side. Hybrid technology and hydrogen technology is the way to go.
Hydrogen is really starting to get a lot of energy in it.
Yeah, until the infrastructure, the price, people can afford it. And they're just they're up there just writing their own rules and regulations with zero benefit to the consumer. And all this ozone stuff and everything, it's not true. I know for a fact it's just not true. Quit buying into other people's ways of taking advantage of us. I just don't. 214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. Coming up, there's a new great product that just hit the market, which is less than last year's and better than last year's. I mean, it is Kaizen at its best here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 97.1 The Freak, part of the iHeartMedia Network. We'll be right back.
And thank each and every one of you for being a part of the Automotive Edge Radio Show right here on 97.1 FM The Freak. It's an iHeartMedia Network station. And if you download the iHeartMedia app, you can just search 97.1 FM Dallas. It'll go right to that station, and then we'll be there. Or you can, if you have a Alexa or Echo, you say, Echo, go to 97.1 FM The Freak, and it'll go right there. You'll hear a little commercial probably, and then we'll be on the air. So that's a way to do it with the little convenience things. But then you can, if you don't do social media, let everybody know that we're on YouTube now. And if they want to find us there, they have to search The Automotive Edge Radio Show. You got to put the radio show in there. The Automotive Edge Radio Show on YouTube, and we're live there. And all these shows on Facebook as well as YouTube are archived. In fact, we had Ronnie Swain earlier. Thought he was listening to the live show, but it was an archive. So, we got they're there. So you can go back, months and months and months and listen to some of the stuff where we were on location. Just like and share. Let everybody know we're here to try to help them with any of their automotive or vehicle needs at no cost to them, no charge. That's something that I think people have a hard time grasping, but they need to realize that they are going to lose if they don't go to the Automotive Edge, click on Contact Kurt, and say, hey, here's my phone number, give me a call. If you don't do that, you could be poo-pooing money out the window or down the toilet at no cost to you to save that money. So just a little bit of, what do you call that? When they do, what did they do in radio when they had the little announcements for the things going on in the city? Something announcement. What did they call that?
Public announcement.
This is a public service announcement.
That's right.
I couldn't remember what it was called, but yeah, that's what it is.
I was joking with a buddy of mine. We were talking about all these different things that were on TV. We were joking around, having a time of it, and my son was there. I said, you remember what used to come on at 10 o'clock? It's 10 o'clock.
You know where your children are.
Yeah.
The news. And
he goes, the TV wanted to know where the kids were? I said, no, it was alert for parents. It was 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are at 10 o'clock at night? And he goes, really? I said, buddy, that was curfew for us. Your butt better be in that house. You better be at the dinner table at 5:30, and you better be in that house for 10 o'clock. But you had to write on the refrigerator where you were. Mm-hmm. And if you weren't there, my dad came by. He didn't see your bicycle there. You better be on your way home.
You better be riding out of the city. Huh? And at 10:30 was the awesome Johnny Carson show.
Oh,
what a great night of! So many times there'd be some good guests on.
I'm tired of watching Don Rickles on there. He wears me out. But I watched Jonathan Winters the other day, and he had Johnny laughing so hard. I love the Johnny Carson show.
101. Please
And I love the old guys. And actually, Melinda and I sat and watched 10 episodes of the Dean Martin roast the other day.
Beautiful.
Please do not
When
try to
Foster
exit
Brooks,
through
I
the
think,
exit
is the
door.
best. He is by far the best.
We got Ralph online.
Got it.
Warning. The information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Live today, highly accurate Fort Worth, 35-820, right on the corner, Riverside exit. ILX, TLX, RDX, MDX, they got it all. The new Integra North American Car of the Year, ready for delivery. It comes down to the 3 Ps. People, their process, and then the product. You get all 3. Highly accurate Fort Worth. Riverside and 820. Come on out. We'll be here the noon hour. If we're not here, be sure to ask for David Gomez, managing partner here at Highly Accurate Fort Worth, and let him know you're listening to the radio show and enjoy sport luxury at its best. Joining us on the Automotive Edge hotline, Ralph Paul. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's happening?
Everything. We're just trying to stay dry over here.
Well, it's 90 degrees and sunshine over here at Highly Acura.
Yeah.
So what's going on at your CBD store in Keller today?
Well, today is 420, so therefore we're offering 20% on all products today. And we have a tent set up at the Crawfish Boil over there in downtown Keller. And we're going to be out there today. Hopefully it'll dry up a little bit. So come out and see us.
Yeah, that is at Keller Town Center. They got the crawfish crawl. They got tons of crawfish out there ready for consumption. And your CBD store at Keller will be out there. And you got some different samples and things for people to enjoy. And the main thing is you're going to be educating them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we really pride ourselves. Different products work for different people. And, there's really a big difference in CBD products. So that's why we would love to talk to you. Please call us, come into the store. And we do ship for free. And we're one of the few USDA-approved organic CBD on the market. And every product has a QR code so you can see exactly what's in it. So we're just really excited about helping people. I know your brother was somebody who just experienced CBD.
Yep, he was going to call in. He is out with his daughter today. She is going through the process of becoming a police officer down in Ennis, but my brother could barely get off the couch for almost a week. I drove out to Ferris. I had him stand up, and I said, turn around. I put the spray on his lower back, and then I put the cream above the spray, and we sat there for, probably 20, 30 minutes just talking. He went to get off the couch, and he's scooting along the edge like he normally does, being hurt. But he stood up and he looked at me and he goes, my back doesn't hurt. And it was incredible. Wow. So he goes, buddy, I'm buying you a Hunger Buster. So we went down to Dairy Queen, got a Hunger Buster and a Dilly Bar. And he has sent me 3 messages telling me how much he loves me and how great his back feels. And I read you the one last night. He didn't take anything to go to sleep except for the spray and the cream. And he had his best night's sleep that he's had in months. So once again, thank you to you and Carol and letting us know to put on the spray first and then the cream, which made all the difference for him getting up that same day. And now he's back up and moving and grooving like his back wasn't even hurt.
Yeah, that's so cool to hear that, And I don't want to take anything away from him, but we hear these stories every day, and that's what keeps us going.
Now, Ralph, do you hear those stories in a Steelers outfit or a Cowboys outfit? I heard some rumors about you last night kind of being a traitor.
He was. He wore black and gold to dinner.
Seems to be distancing himself from that.
He did. I don't know why he did it.
Well,
I was just trying to make Will feel.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we had the Steeler brothers together last night for dinner.
I don't want to wear that shirt very often. Some people ask me, "Why do you have a Pittsburgh shirt on?" I said, usually I say, "Well, I lost the bet."
So we know about the pain creams and the gels and the spray, but there's so many other things to help people sleep well. For people that maybe want to cut back on their alcohol, they come home all wound up. You've got a product there for them to take a drink of when they get home.
Absolutely. We have these seltzers. They're 0 sugar and 5 calories. So we've got it in an indica, sativa, and the Delta 8. And I have a lot of people that they either quit drinking or diabetic, and they buy it by the case. And it's been real successful. So, in fact, I brought a 4-pack for you guys last night.
Yeah, I didn't get one. Somebody snatched them all up. But you know what? They will enjoy them.
They hook you up.
I've got a few in the fridge, and I always tell people if you haven't tried it, try it. You got a QR code on everything, so you know what you're putting in your mouth or on your body, and then you have everybody there at the store that's willing just to have a conversation to let them know where they're at when it comes to CBD. It'll be the best information you can get to know what you're ingesting, digesting, or putting on your body.
Well, since it's 420, this is a great day to do a seltzer.
That's right. And they'll be at the Crawfish Crawl at
everything.
That's right. The Crawfish Crawl there at Keller Town Center. But you can start online at yourcbdstorekeller.com. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. And if they go to the website, how do you ship that to them, Ralph?
Well, it's absolutely free. We ship every day. And funny thing is, we're shipping all over the country, which is exciting. So, and then we even have a special for off ship. So we have a lot of people we ship on the 15th. So, just give us a call. Communicate with us. It's a journey, and we'll help you.
That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. Ralph, we'll see you after the show. And for all the listeners, meet me over there. I'll be over there a little bit after about 1 o'clock at yourcbdstorekeller.com. It'll have the map and how to get there. And, Ralph, we appreciate you calling in, and we can't talk enough about you, and we'll talk to you soon.
You got it. I appreciate you guys, gentlemen. Have a good one.
You bet. That's Ralph Paul, yourcbdstorekeller.com. And I got to tell you, I've got this brace on, and I put that cream and spray on every day, and it helps me out. I mean, I haven't taken pain medicine.
I was going to say it helps you
3 weeks now.
Keep you from getting on the pharmaceutical stuff.
We
right?
do not like pain meds. Do what?
We got another caller.
We got another caller.
Look, speak up there. Go ahead, fire it out there, Maddie.
Another caller.
Thank you. We need that.
Who do we have on the
like
phone lines
head
with us?
coach. Come on.
I don't know if it's me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who do we have?
Hello? Oh, God. I think that this is the first time I'm calling in on a Saturday. I listen to the station all the time. First time Saturday caller.
Awesome.
Maverick, Sunday. What are we thinking? Win?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They got...
All right, 1-0.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Take the Mavericks all the way through the series. We will beat the Clippers in the series.
Yeah. What do you think? 4 games, 5 games?
We'll do it in 5. I don't think they're going to do an immediate split, but I think Game 5, we move on to the next series.
All right. I was going for 5-2. All right. Bet strong on 5.
There you go. Bet strong on 5.
All right.
Sorry.
You heard it right here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show.
That's right. Me and the listener, we're going in 5.
There you go. Thanks for calling.
No, it's nice. First time saying calling.
All right, buddy. Thanks for giving us a call. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Here's what's hot. The new Toyota Camry Hybrid. Here's what's great. When you're comparing, a lot of people know all about the Prius. Well, here's what you have with the new Camry. 53 in the city, 50 in the highway for a total combined of 51 miles. And it's a lower price at $29,495. If you go all-wheel drive, you add $1,525 to it, lower than the 2024 model. And I got to tell you what, the Camry Hybrid is, well, the Camry across the board. We're on our, I think, 3rd Camry right now. And now the hybrid has come out at a lower price in 2024 with incredible gas mileage. Just think about that. 53 in the city and 50 on the highway in a full-size sedan. How do you go wrong there? And if you go to Freeman Toyota, talk to BJ or talk to Jerry Patterson. And remember, with every Toyota, you get
1
2
minute.
free years of Toyota Care. You buy the vehicle, all you do is make the payments, put gas in it, and Freeman Toyota is going to take care of that vehicle for the next 2 years. That's oil changes, topping off your fluids, tire rotations. It'll be in the system, and that creates great resale value as well. The place, FreemanToyota.com, on the affordable side of the Metroplex. That's FreemanToyota.com, and talk to them about the new
30
Toyota
seconds.
Camry Hybrid. Plus the full lineup. You want a Tundra? They have got Tundras. Everything from the 1794 on. And then it just comes out. I've known Dane Miner for over 35 years, and he does business the right way. That's why they say they're on the affordable side of the Metroplex. We're online at FreemanToyota.com. Quick break. Introduce you to some great sponsors. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
There we go. You're going to say, do we need to have a number for booking sports bets here on Automotive Edge? Sports betting here on the Automotive Edge. We're rocking today. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate that. Every Saturday morning, we are here on the Automotive Edge Facebook page, on the Shifting Gears Facebook page, and YouTube.
Okay.
And that's on the Automotive Edge Radio Show YouTube page. And from 8 to noon, we do make a switch between at 10 o'clock. We're on Talk Radio 1190 from 8 to 10. And then we shut everything down and we move over to 97.1 FM The Freak, which is what we're on right now radio-wise. And then we reboot to the shows on Facebook and YouTube. So like and share the show and let everybody know we're here every Saturday morning, that we can so we can help them. And a lot of people really don't realize how much things change very often in this world of automobiles and vehicles, and they can make a real huge mistake by thinking they've got it figured out, and all of a sudden they find out later that they could have maybe come out a lot better than what they did thinking they could. So no charge. Let everybody know this is a free service, and they just go to the automotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, K-U-R-T. It's on the website, and enter their phone number. Say, hi, I've got a couple questions. Can you help me out? No problem.
Why do you wear a watch that you can talk to?
All right, I'm gonna have it call you.
Don't do it.
Why?
Don't. I won't answer.
I'm gonna have it call anyway.
If you don't have a real
Alexa.
phone, I'm not going to answer.
Alexa.
Really? You do Alexa through your watch?
Alexa.
That is nuts.
Alexa.
She don't want to talk to you.
So I'll talk to her right now.
She got you turned off. She don't like you.
Oh, it's my phone that's going to do that. I need to change it here.
I don't understand that. Why people have watches to talk to, and then you got to slap your wrist to turn it off.
It just pops up like if I get a phone call and I'm out mowing or something.
What do you?
It tells me how many steps I'm making, day and all kind of stuff.
You can't count?
Well, I don't take that many steps, so I probably could count it.
I don't get all this technology. I got a buddy, every time I'm at his house, I bet he says Alexa 10 times. I tell him, I'm going to quit coming over.
The thing also really good at night when you sleep, have a lot of data, like your different types of sleep, REM, whatever the other ones, the two, the other, and your heart rate and all that kind of stuff while you sleep. It's pretty cool.
50 seconds.
That part's really cool.
Huh. Yeah, every time I come over, we have a conversation. He's always questioning me with Lex, and I told him, you do it again, I'm leaving. He didn't think I was serious. He called that lady up, and I was gone. And he thought I was coming back.
Seconds.
I'm okay one day on my Siri or Echo.
I also have a text message to read.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you. About to come back on the radio, folk. Everybody here on Facebook. Getting ready to.
So, does anyone ever call you BDC?
BWB. BBC.
Yeah. BDC.
Sometimes.
Like a business development center.
Bo Don Carver. That's what one of my this Facebook page is what that's.
So is Bo for Bo Cephas?
Bo Winkle.
214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. This segment of the show comes to you by Driver's Edge Auto Repair. 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on all their service. They don't winterize, they don't summerize, and they have the $35 check it before you buy. So you moms and dads or young adults that are out buying a pre-owned car you don't know anything about, make your appointment at one of the 22 locations at mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. And they will tell you what needs to work on that car from headlight to tail light before you buy it. Are you buying a good bucket of bolts or a bad one? And then they'll help with all the service. And they save you the money buying it, then you bring it over there, they do the work that was needed, and then a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on it. The place, mydriversedge.com, a sponsor of this radio show for over 20 years now. That's mydriversedge.com. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have with us today on the Automotive Edge hotline?
It's text.
Hi, Jack.
Oh,
hey, Jack, what's up?
Hey, so I know nothing about cars, so I have two questions. I've never had my transmission flushed, and I'm at 150, so yep. I heard somewhere, I know that's bad, I heard from someone that at that point, if you do it, you might as well not, because it might mess it up. I didn't know if that was correct, and then I have a 2013 Ford Fusion. I get oil changes all the time, but I didn't know if you knew like the average lifespan for that car.
Okay, on the transmission flush at 150,000 miles, whoever told you that is 100% correct. If you don't follow the standard maintenance of flushing the transmission, some go by every 30,000 miles, whatever that maintenance is, leave it alone. I had a buddy, Kelly Olson, who's one of the best mechanics I've ever met in my life. He will tell you that everything that gets built up in there is already seated and making the transmission work the way the transmission works. And flushing it all out.
It's like a seasoning kind of.
Yeah, would not be good to do. On your Ford Fusion,
yeah.
Are you wanting to know the longevity of the oil changes?
No, just so I have a 2013, and from what I've heard, it's kind of a bad year for that car. And it's made it so far. It's kind of rumbly and loud, but it seems to run decently. Only spark plugs. I had a coolant issue. Anyways, it's running pretty okay, and I didn't know how much longer I have with it, as long as I maintain with oil changes.
Well, you know what I would do is on a car that gets a little bit older, I would change up a couple of things. One thing is I would go with a full synthetic oil, and then if you're having a cooling issue, I would go 70-30 on the coolant versus water. I would up the amount of coolant over the water. You know, there's a lot of products out there that now that are 50-50. Yeah, and I'd bump that up just a little bit, and you should be okay. But how long is it going to last? How well do you keep that car lubricated? And that's the whole kicker. But as cars get older, as mine get older, I always flip to full synthetic, and then I would bump up a little bit on the fluid on the radiator. And I've had cars before that have lasted over 200,000 miles. We've handed them down, and I tell them, it's what we call LOF, lube, oil, and filter. You got to keep everything clean, and you'll be surprised as you bump up the quality of the product you're putting in it, how much more longevity you'll get out of the product.
Okay. And sorry, I have a quick timing belt. Is that still a thing? Or
yeah, if you haven't replaced your timing belt, leave it alone. They always say, depending on the car, 110 or 120,000 miles, replace the timing belt, spark plug, blah, 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 blah. It's about a $2,000 package to do that. But if you haven't had a problem at this issue, at this point, leave it alone. If it is creating an issue, you can always take it into Driver's Edge and say, hey, could you check my timing belt? And they'll check the timing on it and let you know, hey, you're still running well, everything's still fine. But if it hasn't, there's no need to spend that kind of money if you're still doing okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks for giving us a call. And let's go to Maddie back in studio, and you have a text message for us.
I do. Let me pull it up. Okay. It says, I want to lease an Escalade because they change the body style every 3 years. Can I lease one for $1,000 a month?
Can they lease one for what?
$1K a month.
$1K a month.
$1,000 a month.
Well, yeah, you can lease it for whatever you want. It's going to be how much money you're looking to put down. They do not have special programs on leasing for the Escalade. It's a hot item with Cadillac as well as the Denali series with GMC. And because it's such a hot product, they don't have any special lease program. So you can get it down to $1,000. It's going to be how much cap cost reduction you're looking to put down. Cap cost reduction on lease is the same thing as a down payment. They just word it different. Kind of like when you look at your interest rate. It's not called an interest rate on a lease. So depending on how much you want to put down, plus your TT&L, yes, you can get to $1,000. But just walk in and go, do you have $1,000 lease program? They're all going to tell you yes, and they're going to come back and tell you it's probably going to be, 10, 12, 14,000, whatever down in order to get to that payment, plus your TT&L. Because there is no special programs right now on leasing the Escalade. And I know that because I got a call a few weeks ago from a buddy of mine that only leases, and he wanted to lease a luxury product, and he went back to the car that he was leasing because the amount of money that he wanted down to get to his payment with TT&L was almost $12,000. So it is available, but just how much money you're willing to put down on a lease, which I don't recommend. When you're having to put that much money down, that's a tough deal for me. And how soon are the programs going to come out? Well, they're not, because Cadillac's fixing to go full electric, and then things are going to completely change when it comes to leasing an all-electric vehicle. 214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. We're here today live, Highly Acura Fort Worth. Come on out. Bo says he needs a hug.
I need a bunch of them.
Come give Bo a hug. 820 in Riverside. We went by and we picked him from the senior home, and we got to get him back by, 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah. So come by and show Bo some love. Meet the great folks out here and take a test drive. Even when it's a little wet, it's okay. And one of the great quality luxury sport products that Acura has to offer. And they got plenty of good inventory with great people taking care of your Acura needs, all the way back to Dean and Service, to make sure that your automotive experience and expense is very well protected and taken care of in their service department. 214-787-1971. You can text us or call us, 214-787-1971. And real quick, Ford is going to send $144,000 to North American dealers. Ford said on Thursday it'll begin shipping the American dealers $144,000 of its redesigned F-150 and Ranger pickup trucks it built and held back until now in an effort to head off quality problems. So instead of creating this massive recall, Ford held everything back. Kudos to Ford for doing that. And now they're all fixed and ready to go. They're going to be hitting the marketplace, so there's going to be some great deals coming out, and we're going to let you know the place for those great deals here when we get back from break on the Automotive Edge radio show on 97.1 The Freak, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Download that app, and you can follow us anywhere. Let's take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
Thanks, everybody, for being a part of our show today. We on a little break here on 97.1 FM The Freak. And we're here every Saturday morning. We're live at Highly Acura Fort Worth, here in Fort Worth, the corner of 35W and 820, north of 820 and east of 35W. Beautiful location right here, easy to get to, and they're busy today. It's a good time to get out and test drive a vehicle, especially, the weather's a little wet, but it's a good way to test drive a vehicle on how it handles in the rain or the wet roads. And right now it's not raining, but the roads are wet. So it'd be a good time to check that out and see how that performance is on a particular vehicle that you're interested in. So come out here to Highly Acura Fort Worth and check it out. Or you can go online to highlyacurafortworth.com. Check out some of the products that they have here and some of the deals that they've got going. And come by and meet the great Kurt Chase and myself. We'll be here to the noon hour, so come on out and say howdy doody. We are rocking it here on this Saturday morning here in North Texas, and we do appreciate everybody being a part of that broadcast today, been involved in our comments and whatever else. So, Maddie, how much time we got? Come back.
2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. The great Maddie Gomez back in the studio doing a jam jelly tied up job. Just knocking it out of the park every Saturday morning with us on both radio shows that we do. She does the producing on our earlier show, 8 to 10, on Talk Radio 1190 KFXR. Then when we switch gears, shut everything down and move over to 97.1, she is ready to roll by the time it starts at 10 a.m. And we flip back on to all the other social media sites, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, Shifting Gears, the YouTube, and not, well, yeah, getting close. What's the matter? What's up? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything. He didn't witness it. I ain't talking. You can't make me.
Hey, Anna, would you text your husband and tell him to get on the show? Now, Maddie bet Bo and I lunch that he would be on the show. If not, we're going to take Maddie out for an expensive lunch.
No, she just said the percentage.
Come on. Oh, what are you siding with Maddie for?
Because she didn't say bet. She just a percentage. But she did say he'd probably be here. And I did too.
Here's my buddy Ricky Dyke, one of the greatest car salesmen of all time.
Cool.
I knew Ricky when we were over at Westway Ford. I met him when Joe Tighe owned the place. And Ricky would sandbag how many cars. I remember one month that guy sold 70 vehicles.
Wow.
And everybody would call out their number, and Ricky would sit in the back of the room, and he'd go 4 or 5. And everybody, Frank Schultz and Dave Dover, I'll never forget it. What was his name? Shackelford, Wayne Shackelford. They'd all be throwing out all these numbers, and then Ricky, he'd wait till the end of the month, and he'd go, give me 30 more. And all the heads would drop. Ricky destroyed their mindset.
Hello, this is your pilot speaking. We're currently taxiing out to the runway.
Proud to call him a friend.
Getting ready for takeoff. I don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Are you ready for the show? I said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you've all been waiting for. Please make welcome Kurt Chase and the Automotive Edge.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. And I was correct. 144,000 Ford trucks, and that's F-150s and Rangers coming to the market. And the place, Grapevine Ford, right between Texan Trail and Main Street on Highway 114. Let them know that you were listening to the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Cameron Martin is my guy out there to see and make sure your Ford needs are taken care of. Real simple. Go to grapevine.ford.com and make your deal today.
I just saw a picture. It had a Ford truck, and it says Ford on the back, and somebody put all I coulda.
All I coulda.
All I could afford.
All I could afford.
Right. Nice. The man, the myth, the legend joining us, David Gomez. How are you, brother?
And Maddie
I'm good.
was right.
Good morning.
See you Saturday.
How's everybody doing?
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Who's buying lunch?
I'm buying lunch.
Maddie is.
You.
I'm buying
No, not
lunch.
me.
Man, y'all
Did you hear what Maddie got? Worldwide Rookie of the Year producer.
Oh.
How about that?
Well, congratulations, Maddie.
Yeah, we've given her all the kudos.
Okay. Is that from you
Thanks.
guys, or is that
Producer of the Year.
Okay, that's fair. She should
That's
be.
from them.
That's right.
That's not an iHeartRadio trophy.
Is there a fan blowing air? Because we all look a little bloated today. Is there are there fans below us?
Would you like for me to move
I've got a big body brace on.
Would you like for me to
That's
move
my
the
excuse.
camera up
Are
a
you?
little bit? Would you like for me to change that?
You got to get the angle
All
up.
right, let's
right?
see here what we got. Let's try this first. See what we
Yeah,
got here.
just lower it where it's headshots.
There you go. It's even worse. How about that?
David,
Ooh, whoa.
David
I'll
Gomez,
take care of it.
General Manager, Managing Partner here at Highly Acura of Fort Worth. And to my right is North American Car of the Year.
It is 100%.
I'm telling you, I am so glad they brought it back. Now all they have to do is bring back the legend, and that's the cat's meow.
Yeah. So John Akeda was the inspiration for bringing back the Integra and all the designs that we have now, all the beautiful designs, and he has moved on to the Honda RSC, Honda Racing, HRC, if you will. So I don't know. I don't know if the legend will make it now. We sure hope so.
I tell you what, there's nothing more that I miss other than time with my wife than my RL. I should have never sold it to that guy. He offered me dumb money, and it's the worst sale I ever made.
We have one in the shop right now you can get involved in.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
We do.
Red
We
one?
got to put an engine in it first, though.
All right. Well,
But you'll have a new engine.
have a new engine.
Thank you, Bo. Listen, I can either exercise, eat
trying to make
right,
you look
or
good.
you can put the camera the way it should be, right?
Trying to work it. I'm having a hard time with it.
So all the articles come out this week, and I don't know why all these riders got hard and heavy, the so-called auto riders, where half of them should be a 7-Eleven selling Slurpees.
Okay.
Are talking that the used car market's now devastated. Horrible time to trade. My thoughts, and let's get your
Well, I
thoughts,
mean-
is if you look back up pre-COVID and then going through COVID, because supply and demand, the used car market went up 25%.
Well,
Now they're saying it's down 11%, which is
Okay.
still up from
Okay.
2 years ago.
There's a certain car company out there that we won't name names because it doesn't matter.
Okay?
They only do pre-owned cars.
Right.
Their stock is up 1,900% in 1 year. So if the used car market is dead, I'm not sure how that's happening.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Okay. So it's not.
The way they're saying
Right?
it's not a good time to trade,
Okay.
and that's just so wrong. Is
Well, it's
that
the best time.
Right now, they say the biggest article that I saw was dealers are begging for cars they can CPO. And they're willing to put all the money they can to have a good lineup of CPO because there's such a bigger spread now in CPO to new, where before it was so close, you might as well just bought a new one.
Mm-hmm.
But then once the supply and demand started to balance off, you had a bigger separation. And that CPO, especially for moms and dads looking for that great pre-owned car for their graduating senior, which starts next month, that's the way to go, which it hasn't been for a very, very long time.
Correct.
So I don't see where there's any problem at all with trading back, because it still comes down to condition of miles, regardless of what these so-called auto riders. I don't understand why they come sell auto riders when they're bashing the used car market and they're 100% incorrect. Because if you get a good car with low mileage and everything, you're buying that car from the consumer or you're taking it in as trade, either one.
No, I mean, the industry has changed so much now that we put so much focus, we and all the other dealers, we put so much focus on acquisition, way more than we ever have.
Right.
You know, before COVID, hey, it was like, yeah, we'll buy your car, right, or we'll trade it in. But now we actively pursue the acquisition of, and it's tough. It's hard, right? It's incorporated into the pay plans. You know, a buy is just like a sell.
Right. So at the auction, overall, this time now that you're looking at the auction, pre-COVID looking at the auction, what's your overall thought on it?
Well, pre-COVID, I would go in person, right? So you get to touch, feel, and smell, and it's a whole lot different. And now, you know, everything's online, and it's just So you can look at more. You can have 3 or 4 different lanes up based on your screens, right? And it was hard to do that in person. So you get more looks. But I wish we would do better as an industry in describing these vehicles.
Right.
Right. Don't be afraid to actually describe the vehicle the way it really is, because when they come in, we're just going to send it right back, and that's a lot of time.
And it's money, too, because you got to buy the insurance on all the cars that you buy. And so if it fails, you're still out money on the car that you never got.
Just describe it right. That's all.
So new cars, there's scuttlebutt on what's coming down the pipeline with Acura.
Okay.
We know some of the things that are coming down with Honda, but what is true and false of what's coming down the pipeline with Acura?
What's the question?
The question is, do you have a new, totally redesigned product coming in for 2025?
We do. So we have an ADX, which is going to be a little smaller than the RDX SUV. So now, whenever you come by an Integra and you love that payment so much on the lease, you're going to have a similar payment on an SUV. So you can go ahead and be a two Acura family right away. A lot of times they love the payment on the Integra, but they don't want 2 Integras, right? Right. Now you get to drive an SUV and an Integra. An ADX will be here. The MDX gets an entire interior revamp. So everything that you see in the Integras now, the touch screen and all the infotainment center like that goes into the MDX.
All right, let me ask you. There was a couple questions said, and one of them specifically said, ask David, does he shy away from V8s and sport cars for trade-ins?
No, I don't know why we would. We like them all. I mean,
the writers had posted, that V8s are dead.
Okay.
The dealers don't want them.
Oh.
All your American muscle cars are going down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Camaro's going away, Challenger's going away, Charger's going away, Mustang is not, Corvette is not.
Yeah.
That it is just totally devastated the American muscle in the V8 market, and I called BS on it. And if somebody pulls up in a nice Challenger or a Charger or a 5.0 Mustang, that's not bad merchandise.
No, it's still a great market for those vehicles. 100%, yeah. When we take one on trade, they don't last long. Now, it's possible they're saying that because like our ZDX that's coming out, that'll be here in a month. It's all electric. It's an SUV. I mean, there's a model that has over 500 horsepower. So...
yeah, and Acura has been promoting that a lot on TV.
Yeah, it's fact. If you get the all-wheel drive, so they're going to have, a rear-wheel drive version, an all-wheel drive version, and then a 1-motor version, a 2-motor version. So if it's 2 motors, all-wheel drive, then you'll have all the power.
When is all this going to take place?
No, we'll have 2 of them within probably 30, 45 days.
Oh, okay, cool.
To test drive and
will you call me before you call the other guy to come see it?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll send the other guy to your house with it. You guys,
You're so wrong. You're so wrong.
You guys can
go ahead.
You guys can drive it and write up about it.
Let him drive it.
Lunch together.
That's right.
Well, you got it because you're running by Kurt's house.
That's right.
Yeah, well, coming up, I want to talk to Dave. There's so many people on the bubble about financing a new car, and they're hearing so many different versions, and I want to make sure that we cover that. There's the interest rates are high, and what does credit look like? Because you see every car deal. You're involved in every transaction that goes on in your store.
I try to be.
And so people are going, well, can I get financed with this? Can I get financed with that? And I got a couple of examples that we're going to be covering with David Gomez, managing partner here at Highly Acura of Fort Worth, Riverside, and 820, right here at the corner of Riverside, 820 and 35. Stop in. Like I said, Bo could use a hug. We're going to be here the noon hour, but they're going to be here till 8 o'clock. Ask for David and let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. And one guy, he keeps busting on, but I tell him I think that Acura is the best luxury sport vehicle on today's market because you get the best of both worlds. You get a luxury vehicle, and it rides and drives different than any other luxury car that's out there. And I like it. I like to hear the engine. I like the aggressiveness of the vehicle, but then I like all the luxury features that are on the vehicle, and it's one of the few cars that you get the best of both worlds.
I agree.
So it's my favorite luxury sport vehicle. And he goes, which one is it? I'm like, it's both. You get the best of both worlds for the same price.
That's right.
We don't add luxury and add to the price. We add it's the best of both worlds. So we're going to, what do we got here? Yeah, let's take a quick break. 214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. You can give us a call or text us, and Maddie will read the messages to us here and make sure that all your questions are asked. Or go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave your name and number, and I'll call you right when we get off the show and make sure your automotive needs are taken care of. 214-787-1971. Quick break. When we get back, we got some Q&A with David Gomez, managing partner, Highly Accurate Fort Worth. We'll be right back.
You know, we do have that site, but you really need to put an of in there.
What do you mean an of? Like an oven?
Highly Accurate. And you got to spell it all out. So I don't.
You can't do FT either?
No, I don't think we might own that. It might direct to it, but it needs to be Highly Accurate of Fort Worth, all spelled out.
You're sure about that?
Promise.
You may look it up before I do it?
Go ahead. We might have it directed to there.
Let's see.
But when you advertise it, we got to advertise Highly Accurate of Fort Worth. We got to
have the spelled out.
It's got to be our DBA. We got a violation.
Oh yeah.
We can't have highlyaccurate.com.
Oh, you can't just do.
No, it has to be Highly Accurate of Fort Worth.com.
Okay. Well, I'll just say.
But put it in there and see. We might have.
Okay.
You might be able to put that in, and it directs to our website, which is fine.
There's a bunch of different ways you can Google it, and it'll show up. You can do Highly Accurate. It shows up. Highly Accurate Fort Worth. Highlyaccurate.com. All that goes to the search.
I googled Highly Accurate.
It doesn't.
Fort Worth, but it shows
so that one is not. That one doesn't.
No, I need to do of Fort Worth.
But you got to spell out Fort.
Right. F-A-R-T?
Yes. That's close.
We'll change that then. We'll discontinue this one. We'll go to the deleted area. Delete that.
So what are you doing here today?
I'm working. I work on Saturday. What are you talking about? What are you doing here today?
I was hoping to see your pretty face.
Getting some free rent.
I figured.
There you go.
Free studio time. What are we doing?
That's right.
Huh?
I figured with that beautiful wife, you'd take her over to Nordstrom's, do some shopping, and
she can do that on her own, right? Or we'll do it later. It's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that quite well on their own.
Don't you owe us dinner?
I do.
Okay. So you got to figure that out, right?
No, you do.
Why?
My schedule's wide open.
Oh, I know.
You're the busy dude.
You're just like Kirby's, right? Is that where?
Wait a minute. You're the king of Kirby's.
No, just because.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, David's here. Let's shut down the restaurant. Did I get a bottle of Churchill Down?
No,
I didn't.
No.
Did I get anything special brought to the table? No.
We took care of his truck. We were able to fix it. That's how that
he knows
worked.
David's there. I'm going to tell you
nobody else could. Yeah, Highly Accurate of FortWorth.com. No WW. Okay.
No WW. Well, you can put that in there, but you don't have to, I don't think.
Not anymore, right?
No, not anymore.
I heard an ad the other day, and I was dying laughing. The guy goes, be sure it's www. And I went, no, he did not say that.
Nobody says that.
Yeah, even when you Google it, you don't have to put anything in there. It pops up.
I don't even think you have to you don't even have to Google it. You can just put it. You can just
put a name in there. And
it comes right up.
Yeah, you don't even put .com. It's going to shoot you over the website.
We got some questions today?
We do.
I want to hear them. You
do?
No, real time though. I don't want to hear them before.
So I want to know what the mantra is. I want to write this. It's highly What is it?
Oh man, you listen. There's no way. I'm gonna here. I'll show it to you.
All right.
It's gonna take you forever. Hang on.
Just show it to me and I'll type it in.
Yeah. So how do I do an email here? There you go, right there.
All right.
You got
there
that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you only have like 40 minutes left. Can you get it
our
done?
Our reputation is highly regarded and our prices are highly competitive. I can't put all that in there.
Well, you said you wanted to.
I wanted to. It won't fit, though.
Okay. Well, I didn't tell you to.
Can you email that to me? Because I'd like to use that when we advertise.
What'd you say, Maddie?
What's your email?
BoCarver@hotmail.com.
Maddie.
Are you sure I haven't emailed you before?
I think you have. You've texted me a bunch. You can text me if you want.
We'll see.
Take a picture of
Here
it.
we go.
Don Carlnia says, love, peace, and soul. Just take a picture and text me.
214-787-1971's the number. That's 214-787-1971. So you can text a message. Maddie will read it or give us a call. 214-787-1971. Joining us, David Gomez, managing partner here at Highly Accurate. And I just got to tell you that a conversation with David is inspiring. Every time you and I shoot the breeze, unless you're twin brothers here, I always get good information, go into my truck and make notes.
You gonna write a book?
I will. How much do I got to pay you?
Am I the ghostwriter?
I just got to find out what your cut's going to be, so I know how to put it on Amazon.
Yeah, 99%.
So figure out the month it's going to be. People are big concern is credit right now, and as far as getting finance coming out of COVID, the biggest charge-offs that we're seeing is medical. And how are the lenders looking at car deals right now?
Yeah, so I mean, anything goes these days, right? So the subprime and the prime is starting to bleed together. I think we all knew that was going to happen. We just didn't know when. So when I first got into the business, there was subprime and there was prime, right? It was a huge difference. They actually had different departments. I was in the subprime department, right? Mm-hmm. Now it's just all one department. It's all one love, if you will, and there's different tiers and different rates.
And cash is still king. If you have a marginal credit or you have issues on your credit, cash is still king getting financed.
100%. You do, yeah. That's where it starts to get where it's the rubber meets the road on is down payment. So if we had trouble putting stamps on our envelopes to get to our creditors and it never made it, meaning if we're not making payments or not making them on time, you will need to put some money down to get back into a ride because it's all about loan to value. It's very rare that it'll be as you could have, really challenging credit and have zero down.
Ellie has a question for you.
Okay.
Ellie wants to know, I brag a lot about the quality of Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. And she's interested in possibly getting an Acura. Why would she need an extended warranty?
Well, it depends on how we drive our car, how long we're going to keep our car, right? And what we're going to do with it. Sometimes you don't. I mean, we only need warranties just like insurance when we need them.
Right.
These cars are the most reliable. We have the least amount of warranty claims nationwide of a manufacturer. What that means is that there's percentages of how your service department operates, and some manufacturers, like 80-90% of your revenue comes from warranty claims, right? You're familiar with that.
Yep.
And then some, it might only be 7 or 8%. And we're in that less than 10% of our revenue is acquired from warranty.
Yeah, but once a car's out of warranty,
so what I'm trying to say is that they do break down, just not as much as other manufacturers. And when you're in that situation is when you want coverage that someone else is going to pay for.
Well, with my wife's a warranty administrator.
That's why I said,
And you see the cost of parts and you see the cost of labor hours, and it would only take one or a few things out of warranty to absorb the cost of that extended warranty. So back to what you were saying, it's really going to depend. If you're going to keep that car till the wheels fall off, get you an extended warranty.
Go the distance.
Because the prices are not going down for parts and labor.
Well, I would say
if we're going to lease it for 3 years and we have a 30-month trade cycle and you're not going to go over 50,000 miles, that's why I say it's all about your driving. And that's why we go over all those options with our clients. We let them make the decision. But even if I lease my car and I drive 20,000 miles a year, I'm gonna go out of manufacturer warranty while I have the vehicle. What we don't want to do, or we recommend, is not to be out of manufacturer warranty while we have our vehicle.
Right.
you might not ever have to use your extended warranty, but by golly, when something happens, you're going to be glad you did.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If you have that lease program, that was a great point where you go out of mileage. The last thing you want to do is be complaining, well, it's just a lease car. Why am I having to put all this money into it? If you had an extended warranty, that wouldn't be an issue.
Correct.
And the one thing that I highly recommend is Wheel and Tire.
Is that Hiley?
That's right.
Highly.
Okay.
Is service contracts where you get your maintenance plans. Paramount, Wheel and Tire, especially with conditions of road in Texas.
And we own our own warranty company, so obviously we want to pay claims. We want to make sure you buy a product that we stand behind, and it's nationwide. You can go anywhere you want. You don't have to come back to us.
Carl has a question. He wants to know, how come you take the same car to 5 dealers and they're thousands and thousands of dollars apart when they're appraising them?
Yeah, that's been a fun that's been a fun project since I've been in the business. You could have 10 guys in the same room, write on a piece of paper, and all the bids will be different, right?
Yep.
It's never going to change. Well, and the reason why is because someone might have a client for it already, or you know what I mean? So they're naturally going to try to put more money in it, and then someone might not understand the market on that vehicle, so they don't put a lot of money in it, right?
Or you may take in a trade that that you couldn't sell, and you're not willing to put the money into it, knowing that your PMA, that car's just not going to sell.
That's right.
9 times out of 10, it's going to auction.
We've tried, 100 times, and we know that the car doesn't retail on our lot. Whatever, and then now we always try to put as much money in the trades as we can, because what does that do? That makes a car deal.
That's right.
It? Does it not? I mean, it makes a car deal. So we don't ever want to lose a car deal because of trade. That just kind of seems.
Well, I was telling Carl, we appraise cars, and I appraise cars regularly. You appraise them every day. Is that there's a reconditioning fee that you have to factor into that car. It's not just you go into the site and you go, with all the software, you should all be the same. Well, that's just not true until you actually put your hands on the car. And then you have a reconditioning cost on average that you have, and that has to come somewhere off of it, because you can't add that to the trade-in price plus your markup and then try to get the car financed.
So I'm gonna throw a curveball on an analogy, right? So if someone's saying you guys all have the same data, the bid should be the same. Why is homeowners not the same with different companies? They have all the same data, right? If I call A company, they're going to give me a bid. I call B, they're going to give me a bid. I have the same house,
right?
That's how the world works, right? Or no?
Well, here again, I mean, I've seen the software where
we have all the data. We know what the cars have sold for with these mileage when we put your VIN in. Everybody has all the data. We just make a human decision based on the data.
No doubt about it. It's not one size fits all where, and we've done it with the mystery shoppers, taking the cars around and gotten different prices everywhere. And say, why is that? When I was managing stores, there were some vehicles that pulled up, I just didn't want them.
Yeah.
And I put whatever number was on it. I think the hardest thing to bid right now, cars are pretty easy. I can't imagine bidding. I've had more people mad at me this last month because the dealers won't bid electric vehicles.
Well, we will.
It's not that you won't.
We will.
I can't imagine what goes through your mind as an owner when you have electric vehicles pull up, how you have to bid those things knowing that you want to sell an Acura. Tough deal.
We've traded for a handful of Teslas. Can I say that? Yes, I can. And it has worked out for all parties involved as of late, right? So we felt we might have been putting a little bit too much in the vehicle to make the deal, but then somebody comes along and they want to buy it. We have retailed them all off this lot. We haven't
really none to auction.
You can't, because you can't send them to the auction because the other dealers want to do what? They don't want to pay for them. So but we've all retailed.
I always say there's a butt for every seat. You just got to find it.
That's right. So we don't shy away from them, but we proceed with caution.
Yeah. How many times do you go up to WinStar?
I don't
1
go.
minute.
Yeah, that's
I've never been to
what I'm
WinStar.
getting at.
Not to gamble.
Yeah.
Play golf, but
But also, if the trades have to be worth the same everywhere, why aren't the cars priced the same everywhere?
that's right.
Right?
When they all pay the same for them.
Exactly. Dealers can choose to. Like the backup?
Yeah, it should have stayed on though. It stayed supposed to stay on longer than that.
That was weird. Maddie's freaking out.
Uh-oh.
Just go to commercial.
Hey, we're good. We're juicing back up. All right.
Do you have to go back to like here and do it? Go to it?
Yeah, go back to the freak.
There it is. Okay.
You got us?
Yes, I do.
We were about on a commercial break anyway.
Yeah, I just went to commercial.
You did good. Thank you.
So you didn't have your backup plugged in? Is that what you were
Yeah,
saying?
correct.
Okay.
How many times do you want to say that?
I'm just.
Hey, do you know how you can tell the longevity of a salesperson?
How?
He's got a fish tank.
What would be longer? What would be a salesperson longer? What would they have other than a fish tank that would show that they were here longer? Like an actual pet, like a dog came to work
Possibly,
with?
right? Like they just have the food bowls for the
Yeah.
pet, right? You don't know where they're at.
So is he gone again?
Who?
The military guy.
Yeah. Yep. Some folks are they're travelers, right?
Travelers.
They move in and out. They move in and out, right? So
How many times has that been?
that's been a couple. I mean,
They look for the greener grass, and it ain't greener.
Still got to mow it.
Right.
You know what I tell everybody is whatever you don't want to do here to be successful, you will have to do at your next place.
That's right.
Well, that's
Like,
not
that's
just
guaranteed, right?
so. It's not just taking a break.
No.
Okay. Well, that'd be more understandable, wouldn't it? Like
Yeah.
I just need a break.
I got a buddy that has been in a dealership for 14 years, and he got a phone call going, "Hey, come on. They're going to put a 6-month guarantee." And he's like, "What? How much?" And I said, "Buddy, you will wish you never did that."
Mm-hmm.
The manufacturer was calling him going, "Hey, where are you at? What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I went to this brand." They're like, "Are you kidding?" Then they lowered the hammer and told him what was going to happen in 6 months. He's like, "Ruh-roh."
Yeah.
And I could,
After already making the move.
That's
though,
right.
well, he's back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Over used cars.
Yep.
And then who's your new car director?
TJ. Stations of the Cross.
What's nice is your salespeople are steady.
Yeah.
You've kept a nice short.
And if they do sneak out, they all want to come back, right?
Oh, no
they figure
doubt.
it out.
I had that all the time. They said, "Am I?" It's so funny how many go, "Well, am I still eligible for rehire?" On their way out the door, and they're just going out to test the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, good luck with all that.
40 seconds.
Well, if they're good, and they've left in good terms, I mean, why not? I mean,
Yeah. It is
what it is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my nephew decided to go into land solar sales, and he was selling like $24-25 a month over there at Freeman.
Right, I remember.
And now all that money is on the line. So
What is
they
that?
go to these farmers and say, "Hey, can we turn part of your property into a solar farm, and we'll pay you $100,000 a year
10
or whatever."
seconds.
Big numbers. Well, that money it's 8 months to a year out. I'm going, how are you doing that when you were working 5 days a week?
Had a nice little situation.
Yeah, I saw Dane. He looked ready for high school.
Yeah, man.
Well,
We would like to
I don't
take
know what
this
to tell
time
you.
to say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com Flight 101. Please extinguish all cigarettes and cigars. Place your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelt.
Fasten your
Please
seatbelt.
do
That's
not
right.
try to exit.
Bo is the pilot.
3.
Hang on.
That's right.
2, 1.
Let me just plug this in, right, Bo?
The information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1971 is the number. That's 214-787-1971. Joining us today at his dealership, managing partner David Gomez, the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. Matty Gomez back in studio, Rookie of the Year producer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wish we had a way just to fire off the sound when we say that.
I can get like a little air horn. Hold on.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Get on that soundboard, right?
Yeah, she got all the power. I mean, she's
right.
got the power of the button.
Well, not if Bo doesn't plug you in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to let that go.
Some of us have power too.
So let me ask you, if you could go back in the past as a dealer,
Okay.
put on your salesman, what would you bring back from the past to now, or is there something? And as the owner, you make decisions on everything that you want done at the dealer to make buying simpler. I love the old negotiation. I do. I think the old negotiation were a lot more fun than the way some things are handled, that you get a printout, sign here, that's it. But I enjoy the time spending with them out on their trade and coming in and negotiating a car deal. Is there anything from the past that you think we kind of got away from that you think about bringing back or filtering back into dealership to make the dealership more profitable, more prosperous, with more retention?
Ooh, I don't think we've gotten away from anything. I think, if anything, we've added more, right? And what I wish we didn't have to do is rely on so many vendors to do the same job that we did, 25, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
There's vendors all over the place, and they bring so much data to you, and once you start using them, it's kind of hard not to, right? And that's what I think that's the only thing I think I would change if we could, but we really can't, because we need the data, because everybody else is using the data, right?
Yeah, I remember when I got my first financial one, I became a GM, and I looked down and saw how many vendors were from your CRM to everything in between. I'm going, how do we cut all this? He goes, if you're ready to do the legwork, we'll cut it all.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, but that's what.
I like the old negotiation. People so many times said they don't want to negotiate. That's all baloney. People love to negotiate.
Well,
that's why one price shopping has never made it in the state of Texas.
So, I have a theory about negotiating and price, and I don't know if I'm correct. But
what's your theory?
Well, I think that when a client is buying a vehicle, all they're worried about is that if they could be guaranteed their neighbor, friend, or coworker could not buy the exact same vehicle for less, then negotiation goes away. But that's what drives the entire system.
Well,
that's our ecosystem. That's our ecosystem. We're just worried. We want to be the ones that paid less, or the same. That's why. So, like you said, you mentioned Nordstrom earlier. The reason why we go right in, we grab it off, and then we go check out is because we know we're on the half yearly sale. When somebody else walks in, they're going to pay the same price for that shirt or pants, right? We might get a little less because we got loyalty bucks or whatever, but that system works. Our brain's okay with that. We're not okay. And when everything was selling at MSRP, during the chip shortage and COVID and all that, and sometimes over, it was easier because the cars weren't available. This car's available. I got to get it now. I know I'm going to pay MSRP because the next guy is going to pay MSRP as well.
I was at a luncheon the other day, and I spoke, and there's a guy, Jerry, and he's tuned in, and he wanted to know, what does the future look like? Because the average transaction for 2024 has been $46,870. Prices aren't going down. He said, when are used cars going to get cheaper?
Yeah, the average payment's like in $740 or something like that, right? So
and,
that's a lot.
And used car is going up because new cars are going up. And he said, would you find out or get David's opinion on what's going to happen down the road? Are they going to 96-month finance, 108-month financing? Where's the cutoff where the manufacturer realized that they priced these cars so high that leasing is going to become much more viable to the consumer to afford something that they want versus having to stretch out their financing because zero APR is almost gone unless you're going short term. What's going to happen in the long run as expensive as these cars are getting? Your thoughts?
I mean, it's just like boats, right? I mean, they're 15, 20. You just keep pushing the term out. The term does get pushed. There's already 96 months in cars for certain qualified clients, right? But leasing that's your hedge. That's how you hedge it. And even when our clients come in and they want to pay cash, we sit them down. We have a business discussion about cash. Where some folks can park their money for 5+%. Some folks can do whatever else they want with their money. So why would you tie it up in a depreciating asset? They are depreciating now. During COVID, they really weren't. Whatever, I get it. But so we have a one pay. So we have a lease that's a one pay where you don't pay your full 6.25% tax, so that's gone. If you pay cash, you got to pay that. And on a lease, it's a lower money factor, and it's so because you're prepaying your payments. It's so attractive that, unlike an MDX, it could save you $100 to $130, $40 a month to prepay your lease. It's called a one pay. So you take, you can make your decision to buy that car again in 36 months that you were going to do today, and you've changed nothing in your world but allowed the residual to sit in your bank and earn interest or do whatever else you want with it.
You know what I think would be good? I don't know if it ever happened, but is to lease pre-owned vehicles.
It's here.
Oh,
so,
it is?
Yeah. So we have programs for certified pre-owned.
Right. That's what I mean.
Back in the early years, the yesteryears, there were some banks out there that would allow you to lease pre-owned, like any pre-owned.
Right.
But it's not attractive enough anymore for it to make sense. But we do lease our certified pre-owned.
Are they attractive enough?
100%.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you have a service loaner, that's certified pre-owned, or any other certified pre-owned, we can put together a lease on that.
So your lease versus buy, are your leasing numbers going up?
They've always been up. So that's a group effort. That's a compliments to the team, right? They're versed in it, they understand it, and they present.
I was going to say, you train your salespeople as much in leasing as you do anything, where people really understand it. They say, well, if I'm leasing, I don't know anything. What are you doing on a 5, 6, 7 year note?
Mm-hmm.
You don't own anything.
Correct.
You got one guy sitting here doing that with your dealership.
Well, all the guys do.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, that's right.
We are.
It's not a bad thing, and I really like the one pays. They're really attractive right now.
Well, I always tell people, for you that are putting cash aside and you're wanting to buy this good quality pre-owned automobile for your kiddo, and you only have X amount of cash, why not do a one pay, put them on the note, and when they're done with school or college or whatever, they've got excellent car credit and they're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm a product of that.
So
Spence over there, he's our lease master, right? So
is he?
He'll get you in and out. So Bo, when you're ready.
All right.
So what do we got to do to get Maddie in a Integra manual?
I mean, she just has to be.
This is a really good question.
As soon as she says, "Dad, I'm ready to,"
have Maddie on the line.
I'm ready to make a car payment.
We have
then
Maddie
we
on
can
the
do that,
line.
right?
Wait a second.
You can sponsor her.
She's got something to say. She's Maddie.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yes, Princess.
What?
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I just said,
All Kurt has to
Wait a
say is
second.
he will make your car note.
Let me tell you what, I have a 35-year-old daughter that I'm buying car number 9 for. So at 35.
Well, she just had a terrible accident.
what if I traded my car though? Like,
Yeah. It's still there's still payments left, Princess. So all Kurt
I didn't
has
say
to
I was
do,
gonna pay for it.
all Kurt has to do is
Just
say
bumper pay.
You can do it.
I know. Just bumper pay and Kurt covered it. How about that?
Done.
And I've got the Rookie of the Year producer.
That's right.
214-787-1971. That's 214-787-1971. When we get back, we got a few questions for Dave about where the industry is going and the focus on the industry here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 97.1 The Freak, part of the iHeartMedia Network. So don't go away. We will be right back.
Do you like gumbo?
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, let me tell you what
there's a lot going in. There's a lot in there. It's salty, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe what he does to his gumbo.
Why even ask? He said he didn't like gumbo. So how's he going to answer?
You know what he does?
What's he do?
He puts potato salad in it.
I wouldn't even know.
See, I told you. You know?
He says he's part Cajun, but
35%.
Okay.
I'm not buying it.
That's about it. Part enough, isn't it?
So, is Acura part of the Honda deal with the cut between invoice and MSRP?
No, that happened with Honda, and it got it hasn't. It's already been with us.
Really?
Oh my goodness, we have no margins in these cars. Like pretty soon, even the ZDX coming out, I think invoice is the same as MSRP.
Wow.
We haven't seen an actual invoice, but I think that's where it.
You know, when you take the average full line production car across the board, they say the average markup's $1,110.
Well, percent wise, it's less than 4%. I would guess, right?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we were rocking at 7.5%. Now, forget COVID because everybody's numbers went through the roof, and now if you're at 1.5%, you're cooking on peanut oil.
That's right. So. Whatever.
I've never understood that, why there's not more focus, because I think the most important part of the industry, I see all the strikes with the UAW and everything else, the most important position in a dealership are the salespeople. Without salespeople selling a car, the rest of this does not matter. Doesn't matter how good your car is, the quality of your car.
Is that true, Spence? The most valuable
valuable person in the dealership is a salesperson.
He agrees with that, huh?
Yeah, and I've always promoted that.
I actually think it's the technician, but
do you?
I do. The salesman's close second, right? We got to be able to fix the cars right the first time.
But if you're not selling them, you don't have them to fix.
Well, they're still out there. Right, there's a lot of cars.
Oh, I hear you.
For years ago.
And guess what?
As well as I do.
We sell them because we fix them right the first time. There's the award 2 years in a row sitting back there, and you're staring at it,
there
right?
You go.
Number one, fixed right the first time in the country. There's 272 dealers.
That's real sweet.
I always say that there's no such thing as a freestanding service department connected to a manufacturer, no freestanding parts department connected to a manufacturer. You have to have salespeople doing the right thing to be valuable. And this guy called me. He goes, "You don't know what we do as UAW workers." I went, "Time out.
So you are correct. I mean, over time, we've tried to get rid of the phones. I was told phones are going away. Yeah. I was told the salesman's going away. Kiosk, all this good stuff. And so many folks and manufacturers have tried it. They've all failed. And if you really look at what the auto industry really does for our country, who is a part of it, and it all starts with the salesperson. You are correct. If that car is not sold, everything else behind
down the line.
Everything else behind it's got to go away.
Yeah, and that includes marketing.
That's right.
Insurance. I mean, there's so many things. Less production on the assembly. Everything gets backed up.
All the vendors that supply, all the suppliers, I should say, for the seats and the electronics and all that stuff, right?
Yep. I've always been big on that. And I always remember when I fired my whole management staff, I said, I hear another one of y'all curse at a salesperson. And the reason that you're mad at him, probably because you're not doing the right training or you're not part of the process. But if you're going to sit up here and be Caesar, I'll cut your head off.
So, like, for example, Acura just changed over.
5 seconds.
stereo system companies, right? We went to Bang and Olufsen. So what is that going to do for that brand, right? So now you have every Acura is going to put that in the, the ZDX going to have like 50 speakers or 39 or something,
Right.
It sounds like you're in a concert. It's amazing. But picking up that supplier, that they got to hire more, so now we're generating more jobs, right?
Are you having to retrain as well, or is it the same thing? A technician can work on any stereo system?
No, they have to get retrained, but yeah, I mean, it's not
no big deal.
No big deal.
214-787-1971. We're here at Highly Acura of Fort Worth. And come on out, TLX, RDX, MDX, Integra, North American Car of the Year. And, it comes down, like I said, to the 3 Ps. It's about the people, the process they take you through, and then the final product that they're putting in and sending you home. You get all 3 here at Highly Acura Fort Worth, Riverside, and 820, right here at the corner, 820 and 35. Come on out and meet David Gomez and his staff. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. And I had a luncheon, and I had 2 people come out and show me their new Acuras.
Okay.
I was quite pleased to meet them. And
did they buy them from the other show, or did they buy them from you? I'm asking. Just a question.
Wow. Turn that camera off for I can't, my back's hurt.
But I do want to say, when you come to Highly Acura Fort Worth, they're here highly to respect your time. Their reputation is highly regarded, and their prices are highly competitive.
You almost got it.
I almost studied a little bit on one of them.
That was pretty impressive.
I almost got there.
You did good.
So the future of the auto industry, and I'm asked this a lot, and your thoughts, I don't see anything changing but the product. I don't think that there's major processes to be changed, or the way we're doing business should be changed. I know there's a lot of people that get aggravated with a few places here and there, but overall, if let's say that Acura came to you and said, "Hey, David, we're going to give you the key to the kingdom," is there any big major change you would go, okay, yeah, we have to do this right away?
There is a little bit of a change that's happening in our industry with these electric vehicles. Currently right now with the ZDX, you have to buy it online. There's a whole online ecosystem that is developed from Honda to where the client, you go there, you pick your car, you pick this, you pick that, you pick your warranty, everything's already preloaded. And then you sign your contract, and it gets emailed to you.
Really?
Yeah. And you just take delivery here.
Do you think that the auto industry has gotten less personalized?
No, I think that all the changes like that process with the ZDX. Again, this is just an opinion. I believe that everybody is trying to birth something new to protect the client on how they buy a car and to protect their money, because our industry has kind of lost some trust over decades with that, right? There are some great dealers like ourselves that still have integrity and do the right thing by the client, but I think those tools are developed to try to hedge that, and I don't know how much they are going to benefit the client. We'll have to see, right?
Well, I was talking to Jason Hiley, the owner of the Hiley Empire, and I asked him about, offers to sell, and he says, I don't care what the offer is, because I love what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I love the auto industry.
Yeah, he does.
And I went, that's pretty impressive, because the blue sky on these dealerships is just crazy. But you still have people like Jason that go, I love the industry, I'm not for sale, and I'm going to keep growing the business that I have. The one thing that I would change in this industry that I can't stand are those surveys. I think that good dealers get punished because there's some people out there, no matter what you do,
Gatorade,
they're going to bash that.
Gatorade. They're
going to bash that survey. And I think to penalize pay plans and dealers, especially salespeople, that put in the amount of time that they do away from family, friends, and significant others, that survey should not be such a big factor. I remember when QCP and all this came out, and I was with Ford. Man, my first paycheck was off like $6,000, and I went into Joe. I said, "What are we doing here?" He goes, "I told you what was going on." I said, "Hang on a second here." And I went through the surveys. I called the customer. Well, I don't give anybody perfect. Nobody's perfect but God. I'm going, wow, really? That's what we're doing. I don't like the surveys.
They still do that. So I think we should still have surveys.
But shouldn't it be for more training purposes instead of hurting the salesperson?
Yeah, but see,
with bonuses.
Well, see, on the surveys, you know what the biggest complaint on surveys are?
Usually it's the infotainment.
Infotainment. They didn't understand. And I'm going, well, hang on a second. That's not the salesperson's
I still
problem.
don't get it.
But I think you still need to survey your clients. But I think the manufacturer, all those questions are great. They don't need to go away. But the manufacturer only needs to grade the dealership on one question. Will you go back and do business again with that dealer?
That's a good question. That answers it all.
That is it. Now, all those other questions need to be there, but that's where the grade needs to come from.
The standard would be that question.
Yeah.
Will you buy from them again?
Yep.
Will you service with, you know what I mean? And even service them, some folks they just don't live or work here, but they found the deal here. So the service piece, I think, is important, but it's will you buy from this dealer again? Because if you feel comfortable, you will, right? If you don't.
No doubt about it. Right. Yep, you'll tell 100 people a bad one. You only tell 2 people about a good
30 seconds.
one. Maddie, thanks so much back in studio. Big Wheel Bo Carver.
Yes, glad to be here.
David Gomez, the man, the myth, the legend of the Acura business, managing partner here, Highly Acura of Fort Worth, 820 in Riverside. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. We want to thank him for allowing us to be at the dealership today.
Rent-free.
And everybody have a great, safe weekend. Remember, turn off those electronics, get reconnected. Tell that person you love them, and have a fantastic weekend. We'll be back next Saturday live. Good Guys car show at a Texas Motor Speedway. Come on out and join us there. Have a great Saturday. We'll be back next Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to the noon hour. Take care.
And Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate y'all being a part of our broadcast today. And don't forget that we're here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon, 8 to 10 on Talk Radio 1190 AM KFXR. Then we're on Facebook at the Automotive Edge Facebook page, Shifting Gears Facebook, and on YouTube at the Automotive Edge Radio Show YouTube page. And then we switch gears from 10 to noon on this station we just got off of, 97.1 FM The Freak.
Okay, hang on a second. I want you to get back on that and try the 3 Highleys one more time. Let's see if you can get it down this time.
If we can do it.
Don't stutter. Don't stammer. Zip through it.
I hate doing it in front of David because
you're reading.
David makes you nervous.
You're just reading. Read it. All you got to do is read.
But you have such a passion about how you do it. That you're like a production of how you do it. Do it. Come on.
You read it. You got it. You got this.
Put passion in it.
Come see us at Highly Acura.
You're right. Of Fort Worth, where we highly respect your time. Our reputation is highly regarded, and our prices are highly competitive.
Boom.
Bye.
Did it.
Mic drop. Thanks, everybody on YouTube for joining us. And be sure to continue to subscribe and share and like the show. And then more people know that we're here to help them with their automotive needs. And we had 20-something new subscriptions just last Saturday in the one segment of the show, and it is growing and growing on YouTube. So for the people that don't do Facebook or any of that stuff, you can always subscribe to us on YouTube. So when the show comes on, it pops up, and there we are. And you can go back and review the show, see the show, and see our buddy in blue here, David Gomez, managing partner in Highly Acura of Fort Worth.
Have a great weekend. Be safe out there until next Saturday. Take care.